GameStop. The hunters are getting hunted. You heard me right, gang. The market is being manipulated, and I'm going to get into it right now. This is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and for the longest time I've been telling you guys, in my opinion, the market is manipulated. And today we're seeing the short squeeze happen where hedge funds are bellying up. They're going bankrupt and they need bailouts. So the people that rigged the game are now getting the rules turned around against them, and they're losing their money. Normally what happens, and this is just my opinions, not financial advice, that the billionaires, the ultra rich, they're able to print money, manipulate markets into their favor, and they take out the wealth of the working class, the middle class, and the poor in America. And there's never bailouts for the working class. For example, in the 2007-2006 real estate market crash, we saw millions of people losing their homes, but there was never a bailout for them. It was only bailout for Wall Street. Now the same thing is happening today with the short squeeze. Hedge funds, basically, what is a short? What is a short? Let me define that. Is when someone goes against something. For example, a company goes against this stock. They think that it's going to go down versus up, and because they have so much money, the hedge funds have so much money, and because they're in the billionaires club, they have access to other billionaires to influence them. They can buy or sell or short or long a stock and control the pricing if in their favor, if they want it to go up, if they want it to go down, so on. And normally what happens is these billionaire hedge funds make a lot of money. They take your money, they take my money, what they call retail money, what they call dumb money. In reality is the small guy, you and me, the mom and pop investors. They take our lunch bread and they bully us. But this time it flipped on them because the couple of hedge funds shorted GameStop, and the average people, rallied against that. They went against their wishes, and the average person made hundreds and thousands of dollars. Some people became millionaires because the stock, instead of going down, which traditionally it does when the hedge funds manipulate the market by shorting it, then the average mom and pop loses money while they make a lot of money. But this time the things changed because the average person, they worked together, if you want to call it, and bought into the stock, even though the billionaires are shorting it, right? And what happened is these guys lost all their money, and the wealth transferred from the billionaires, the hedge funds, to the average Joe and Mo. And now the hedge fund companies are on the media, on the TV. They want regulators, they want the SEC to stop this type of stuff, where it's working. Because, for example, Robinhood today, they're not allowing you or me to buy into AMC, to buy into GameStop. They're only allowing us to sell the stocks that we have it. And if this is a free market, why would the owners of Robinhood, billionaires, stop the buying process into the stock? I mean, I thought it's a free enterprise. Well, I tell you what, because other billionaires have lost their shirts and are requesting bailouts, and they're calling their other billionaire friends to say, look, man, I'm lost too much money. I know I'm the one that's supposed to be winning in the stock markets, but I'm losing. The guys that are supposed to be getting robbed are winning. The hunters are now becoming hunted, and they don't like that, right? They don't like that. And so they called, made a couple of friends, and guess what? Today, you can't buy into GameStop. And which brings me to a couple of points. Point number one is, I always knew the stock market was manipulated. That's why I don't get into the stock market, because you can see when we have a dying company like GameStop, because their stores are in the malls or whatever, but today people can download the video games instead of going up there and buying it, right? We're seeing that this company is dying, but the stocks can go up, right? For example, because the vast majority of people decided to go against the wealthy, and and put them out of business because they were tired of the wealthy putting the average common people out of business. And the other thing is that you can see how the laws are made. Okay, you can see who it favors. It favors, you know, the billionaires, the richest companies. It does not favor you and me. It doesn't favor the retail investors, which is you and me, what they call dumb money. And you have to be real with yourself. It does not favor us. That's why 2006, 2007, there was no bailout for the person that lost their homes. The people that put it 10% down, those people that put 3% down and got an FHA, they paid the monthly payments every month. They did the home improvements. But guess what? Their homes were upside down, right? Why was that happening? Well, I tell you why. A couple of stinky bankers, right? And then what happened? The stinky bankers got the bailout, but not the average Joe and me. And that's why I created, you know, buying houses back in 2006, 2007, Mr. Investor, because I wanted to bail out the average homeowner, and that's what I did by creating a strategy called Subject to, where I was able to buy their home and allow the seller to do seller financing, aka take over their payments. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, make sure you visit my website, mrnofluff.com, or my real estate dojo, and check out some of my programs that I have, like the Academy, that I teach you how to do that. But anyways, guys, you know, these are some of the reasons I don't like bankers. I never borrow money from banks. I never borrow money from credit cards, not because I'm super wealthy. It's because I don't like to support that rigged system, right? It's a rigged system. You know, the people that are closest to the printing press make a lot of money, even when they're printing, right? But the average person, like you and me, are getting robbed because of inflation, because the cost of goods going up and up and up because of their printing money. And I don't just trust bankers. I don't trust Wall Street. I don't trust all these billionaires. And here's another reason. For example, you heard JP Morgan CEO coming out there and saying Bitcoin's blah 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 blah, it's trash, this blah 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 blah, and then, you know, it was leaked out that the email they're sending to the richest families, their richest clients, saying that Bitcoin's going to $300,000, guys. Okay, so but the guy that's, you know, that is depositing $50 into their account, $100, $10,000. They don't care about those individuals. You know, they're not telling them that Bitcoin's going to 300. They have the CEO telling them Bitcoin's is worth nothing. But this market that's fully manipulated, and you can see today that they're stopping the people from buying a stock because it's bankrupting the billionaires. It's bankrupting hedge funds. You know, again, if you made a bet, you lost. There's no bailout for you or for me. But if these rich people made a bet and they lost, there's lobbyists that hit up the Congress people, the lawmakers, the SEC, you know, and so on and so on and so on. The news to change the opinions of the people. And it's pretty crazy, guys, that how manipulated the market is. Also think about what's happening today, you know, with real estate. You have millions of people losing their jobs week by week, 100,000, 1.2 million per week, guys, filing unemployment. You have millions of people not paying their mortgages. You have millions of people not paying their rents. You're talking about commercial and residential. However, the real estate prices are going up, guys. The real estate prices are going up. See, another manipulation. You're seeing the same thing with the stock market. You know, when you're able to have the stock issuer buy back their own stock, that's manipulation to me, guys. Okay, and gang. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. These are just my speculations and my opinions how the market is rigged. So I'm just bringing it to you the way I see it from my window of life. But man, this is why I don't like bankers. This is why I don't support the stock market, and that's why I'm for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin that is decentralized. That's why I am for, you know, decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, right, and other platforms out there, because, you know, it's no secret that, for example, when Bitcoin starts going up high and high and high, Coinbase keeps crashing. Why is that? And then it starts falling down after they crash, right? And that has happened to me. There's been points where, you know, I wanted to sell. It was the top of the market, but I couldn't access my account to make money. And I wondered, did the rich have access to that, where they took the average person out of there? They couldn't make moves, so the wealthy made their moves first. And I thought about that. You know, I'm not going to be honest with you, because it's not one time, two times, three times, four times, five times, six times, so on, that's happened with this, right? So it makes you wonder. a company is making so much money like Coinbase, but they can't upgrade their systems. But and when it's going up somehow, no one has access to it. Maybe speculation, the rich do, and then they dump. And then when we get access to it, it's already down 7 grand, 10 grand, etc. So that's why, you know, decentralization is so powerful idea that Bitcoin has introduced, which blows me away that most people don't understand it. Decentralization means that not one person or one company or one hedge fund has all the power like it is in our society today. This is why we have millions of people in prisons, because of the inequality, right? There's not, because few people control everything, and they have all the lawmakers in their pockets, and they are printing the money, so everything's in their favor, and the odds for the average man, you know, is not there. But we're seeing that the tide has changed. The average man is getting more informed because of what I do, because what other people do, that they're starting to think and wake, and information is so readily and change that they're realizing that, hey, these guys are robbing us by when they do these shorts. For example, Bitcoin futures was created the same day it was created. That's when in 2017 Bitcoin crashed. So, you know, it doesn't make sense. How can the Bitcoin futures, you know, control Bitcoin when it's trading in cash? And it's only in America, right? So you got to think about all this stuff, right? At least I do, and I'm sharing it with you. So power to the people. The hunters got hunted. The big guys don't like it. They're crying, and they want to get bailed out because they made the wrong move, and they've already got bailed out, and now they're calling their, you know, their friends in high places, because they're in high places, saying, look man, don't allow any more retail people buy this, because we're going to go belly up, we're going to go bankrupt, we've already lost billions of dollars. So if you and I lose our homes, our stocks, our businesses, our jobs, no problem. It's not a big deal. This is free market. But if a hedge fund billionaire loses, well, hey, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. This something's wrong with this. And you know, Robin Hood, like my wife said today, so I guess it's a good name for the app, right? Robbing the hood, right? You know, like, you know, because this is exactly what happened with this transaction. The hedge funds lost billions, and that billions flew into millions of small mom and pops that made hundreds, 10,000, 100,000, millions of dollars. And you know, it's good to see some of these people writing reviews how they bought their parents this, or they give money for this, and they made a lot of money, and the rich guys didn't. So I'm pretty excited about that, guys. A free way to support this channel, gang, is just click the like button, share this message, let me know your thoughts below. And if you're interested in the best 6-figure side hustle, definitely check out bestsidehustle.mrnofluff.com, bestsidehustle.mrnofluff.com. I show you exactly how I turned, personally, how I turned $100 into $9,119 a month with just $100, guys. I show you exactly what I did it. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love. See you later.